Good evening, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm a bit proud at the moment. I have cleaned off my desk, so now I can breathe again. So I got some new energy and actually finished my journal. So let's do a flip through so you can see how it ended up. I have left quite a few pages with just a few or no decoration at all, so that the new owner can make it a little more personal and how they might want it. So I have done this from an old book cover, and if you have been with me from the start, you know I've been working on this for a while now, and it was green from the start, but that didn't work, so I left that idea and did go over to more neutral colors. It still has some more colorful pages inside, but the cover is neutral and with a bit of gold. So this is leather. I have covered the spine and added some gold on it, so it's really nice. Feels a bit exclusive. I have also put leather on this little flip and sewn it down with gold thread. So let's open it up so you can see what we have accomplished this time. So the flip is a painting that I have done from a real leaf, and it's the original, so you can feel the veins in the leaf pretty much. It's linen behind it and some old botanical label from 1927. An old Swedish letter, a copy, but still old behind that. And the inside of the flip has a pocket. Maybe I should take something too. I have to show you where all the pockets is. So this is a big pocket, so you can have something in it. Maybe have something that peeks out a little bit. That could be cute. This is an old antique book spine that I have used as decoration. I have painted old book pages, so all of these are originals. Some embossed paper, some linen, and a piece from an old Swedish, actually the words to a song. So this says words about this the song about Lars Greger. So it's someone they have sung about. So the next page has a little embossed stamp, more colored, eco-dyed, painted paper, also really old ones. And then we have an original label from 1928. I have embroidered around it so it's sewn down properly. Some cheesecloth and linen. A big pocket on the inside and more old paper, and the spine is all covered up, or the whole book is covered up in textile, so it will never ever fall apart. It's textile on both insides and the spine. And I have done a hidden spine, so everything is sewn on the inside and put down with the textile. some embroidery on this too, little gold, and then I put down this piece of old book paper and dried flowers from my garden with a little label from 1900, and this is all covered, so beautiful to look at, laminated all the way. So more old labels, embroidery, print I have made with flowers, and some of my painted different color swatches. This is a big pocket, and we also have a pocket on this side. So these are textile that I have painted with stencils and color and embroidered on, and also painted this background. So it's a lot of homemade paper and textiles in this one. So we of course have a few printables and other pages, but it's a lot of eco dyeing, also the textile is eco dyed, and pages that are homemade. So the next page is a print of an old letter onto eco dyed paper. And all the eco dyed paper, if I don't say anything else, are originals. I don't like to do copies of them. I want you to feel the feeling when you touch them, and you can feel the veins from the leaves and the pieces of botanicals I have used. I have painted this. It's from an old dictionary, and added some roses and different things on it, and put in another of these collages with plants and old book papers and eco dyed papers and lace and labels, and laminated. More Swedish old letter, and this is a painting that I did and embossed on it. So this is watercolor on really thin paper, and then I have embroidered on it. And these are eco dyed paper, and I have just given them a little strength with a ink pen, so you can see them a little better. This is a print from Ruby and Pearl EXO, old looking, and another piece from the labels that I have got from an herbarium from the 20th, 1926 to 1929, I think it was, in the same batch of hundreds of different plants that were dried. A collage page, I have left it like this, so you can use it as writing space or put something you want on it. An antique lace that is eco dyed, so it's a little bit different in colors. This is another original print I did from a plant, so you can feel the veins. And this is also an original old letter, piece of a letter. We have a big textile pocket from another of my printed textiles, embroidered with golden thread, and some of my paintings in the back. Eco dyed page, I left it with just a little label and some textile. We have another little of these cards, but this time I have made it with paper on the back, so you can use it as a journaling card. I have a tutorial on how to make this in my playlist. I haven't put everything down. I want to leave a little bit to the new owner to make it its own, so I have put a few things in with paper clips to move around. This is an antique piece of crocheted lace from a bed linen, and also an old label from my village. It's some neighbors of my grandfather that lived in this house. So I'm passing this house every day when I go out with Nico. So they are new owners now, but the house is still intact and still standing. And this is also an old lace from another piece of antique tablecloth. More textile, labels, embroidery, a little decorative piece that I have glued down. This is also eco-dyed. And some labels and a big side pocket. I have some watercolor painted paper behind it too. So this is left plain. I have just put a piece of textile here, so the new owner can use her imagination and do something herself. Watercolor painting I did on a gessoed page, and I left it like that in case someone found it fun, and I have signed it, so if you want to leave it like that or cover it, it's up to you. Beautiful eco-dyed print with blue flowers on and some rust. A belly band, also with old book pages, and this is an original book page from 1880. So it's a bit fragile, so I didn't want to cover it so much. I have eco-dyed it, so it's okay, and then I have stamped a little bit on it. A talk spot made from a flower I have painted and put some gold on. More of this antique letter, and some painted paper behind it. This is one of my textiles that I have punched with the hammer and plants on it, and then I have filled it in with a fine liner so you can see which plant it is. And a big pocket like that, and I left it. If you want to add some labels or scribble something on it, it's up to you. Another print from real flowers with an antique lace and some black embroidery on it. And this is a little side pocket, so it goes all the way, so you can put something big in it. Old papers, prints, label, and an embroidered antique piece of textile. They have actually embroidered this little whole seam. It's amazing that they really did this. I have actually tried it once, and it took forever to make this little sewing. old painted page, and I have just highlighted a few words. And there's some gesso on it too. Big pocket goes with the blue flower and some lace. Another piece from my farm's old letters. Another piece from 1909 that I just put in. This is another of these cards you can write on. And it's a little violet and some labels and a piece of original paper. It's something about God, so it's probably from some religious books. I don't think it's the Bible, it's something else. The man and woman that built my farm was really religious, and I have found many old beautiful religious books. Some lace and a collaged page. More original paper and some stamping with Sam Poole's stamps. Another old letter. Ruby and Pearl XO papers. I think both are. Some watercolor painting I have done. Another big pocket with embroidery, paintings, old spines, color swatches, and some Swedish writing. A beautiful eco-dyed. You can see this is lingonberries. The leaves from them are very thick, so they give a beautiful pattern when you eco-dye them. And the first signature's last page have a little darker pocket or top spot. Rusty safety pin, some textile, and this is from an old, it's a pattern for embroidery that they did make a wall hanging of, so I took it off the frame and took copies of it and added some gold. This is Ruby and Pearl XO2, and this is so beautiful, so I didn't want to cover anything of it up. Another of my painted papers, and a piece from an envelope. And this is just put down on a gessoed page with a paper clip, so it can be altered. Same with this one, I just put it down like this in case the new owner think that it's filled up too much. I can take some pieces out and use them as writing space instead. Beautiful eco-dyed page, really green and spring fresh. More color swatches and splatters on this old page. Another pocket of these old embroidered pieces. Crocheted, and then I have embroidered some stitches on it. Done just some simple seed stitching. Behind this we have a big pocket, and on the other side we have this old piece from 1816, and it's embroidered on a print I have made, and some different decorations. And these pieces are, let's see if I can find some. I think I had left some here. It's kind of these pieces that I sew together and make decorations of. I have a little mini course in my Etsy shop with this, if you are interested in learn how I did that. So, moving on. Another little pocket down here from an old lace, and another old label from my farm, copied. Some more old laces and eco-dyed pages that I just left. This is nice, and it peeks out so beautifully. Some dark eco-dyed pages in the middle, and they are sewn in, and the threads are glued down with textile so they won't move a bit. Some colored old page. It's French, from an antique French book, also from the 1800s. And some decorative collaged pages, and another of these old labels. These are pages that I actually dried my textile on, and they got this beautiful pattern, so I could use them. Really beautiful with the blue and the brown together. And this is a big pocket, and I have just put some textile and a little stamp on it. A really big pocket again, and this is tracing paper that I have printed on, so you can see through the things behind it. And a little decorative piece with embroidery on. Nice to see these old book pages peeking out. And this is another big pocket with different labels, mark makings, bits of textile, and a little label with threads on it. Another big pocket, and I have textile on the inside so it won't rip, as these pages are a bit old too. And I have printed with real ferns on it, so you can feel the leaves. This is one of my latest printed pages that I have made with real leaves and different colors. You can see a little mini course of this, and I first put it on my Buy Me a Coffee page, but I decided to keep it on Etsy so everything is on the same place. So I think it's $8 or something like that, so it's no big amount of money. It was more just to try out Buy Me a Coffee, so they are not expensive at all. So if you want to go and try that out, you can find it in my Etsy shop. And it comes as a link, so when you have done your purchasing, it will give me a little hints up, and I will send you a link with the course on. This one I also painted on handmade paper, just as a little tag and decoration. Put it in like that. This is from an old tablecloth, and you can see me do this in an earlier recording. More old book pages and a piece of leather, little leaf, and more paintings. And the last signature starts with roses and some collages with different laces. So this peeks out a little beautiful in the edge. More of the eco-dyed pages. And I put a little tuck spot down here. And if you're interested in eco-dyeing, I have both tutorials and courses of this too, how to make these beautiful pages. The back of this I just put a piece of eco-dyed textile, so you can use it as a tuck spot or put something in it. One of the printed pages again, and this is another one of those mini course pages that I did last week. And we have a pocket here, and then this is a little letter pocket, and I have just put some old pages in it. And I have glued down the paper clip on the back of that, so this is just to put in like that. Another little painting I have done and put on another painted paper. And I thought we could maybe put in some old pages to play with. These are really beautiful. So I think I will maybe put it in some place where we haven't, so we don't have to fold it. See if we can get it in there, or if it's too big. Put it in a little carefully so I don't wrap it. Come on. No, don't do that. Put it behind this instead, so we won't rip it. A few pages to play with. That's always fun. That will peek out too much. I had a question on my Facebook page about this little heart, and it's some kind of, I think it's maybe plastic of some sort, and I don't know what it's used to use for. I use it as a bone folder, so when I have glued I press things down with it, and in the spines or something like that when you can't really get with your finger. So it's filled with glue and dirt from all my gluing. So it's nothing special about it, and I do not know what it's used to be. I think I bought it on Amazon. So you should probably use it for something, but I don't know what it is. So nothing special about that. It's just a little tool for my arthritis fingers. So there we ended off. So another of these nicely crumbled pages. And let's take another of these old pages. Is this one? No. So eco dyeing and some labels, and then a really old handmade lace. And some eco dyed textile in the turquoise, bluish, greenish colors. We have another little kind of pocket down here, and I just left that plain. Tuck spot made from one of my colored pages I also did earlier with some plants and colors. And this is the page I painted when we had the session the other night, with some plants and watercolor paint. And I put a little lace on it. So a big pocket from one of my painted dragonflies. I did some swatches and put an old stamp on it. Another eco-dyed page with clear green leaves on it. And this is a big pocket. Embroidery and watercolor painted. Some old laces. Big belly band with laces on both sides, and it's sewn. And this is some silk that is glued down. Some embossed paper. Another painted with an olive branch, and more old book pages that I have stamped on. This is another one I just put down with a paper clip from an old book page. Some painting and old embroidery patterns. Some writing from an old letter, and a little label. I just put that down with a paper clip so I can move it around in the book. So the last page, another of these journaling cards with plants and old labels. Prints, scribbling, eco-dyed textile, embroidered gold, and some paste through a stencil so you can feel it. Modeling paste. So here you have a big pocket in the back in case you want to have something in it. And the back of the book. So it's filled up properly, but I guess you can change something in it if you would like to. Put something in or take something out, how it suits you. So that was my latest neutral journal. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber, I would really appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything, just some work with your finger. And I appreciate every one of you. You are so kind, and I love all these friends I'm getting because of these journals. It's amazing how you can make friends all around the world through paper and textile. So thank you all my friends. I am so appreciating you, and I hope you have at least a little bit of joy from my tutorials and recordings from my work. So the next project I will start with is this big one, and this will be a journal for acrylic paint. This is canvas painting, canvas pieces that you really can paint oil or acrylics, and of course watercolor also on them. So I will put in all these pages, so it will be used as a kind of art journal. And this is an old book from 1909. I will of course decorate it a little bit on both the inside and the outside and give it some strength from this old paper, but it's leather, so it's really strong as it is, even if it's old. Love these embossed pieces and the gold on it. Okay guys, thank you so much for keeping me company a little while, and I will of course see you soon again. Bye bye from Sweden.